Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Howling 6, The Freaks. This one is about a drifter named Ian who goes to a small town called Canton Bluff. And of course, as every one of these drifter stories goes, the townsfolk don't like him very much. But he winds up getting a job working at the local church for a priest named Dewey. No, not Dewey from Scary Movie. This is a different Dewey. This one is kind of less annoying. And of course, Dewey has a daughter named Elizabeth, and yeah, you pretty much know where that one's going. It's not very long before Ian is in town when a carnival sideshow shows up, run by a man named Harker. And Harker wants Ian to be a part of his carnival sideshow. Why? Because Harker knows that Ian's secret is that he's a werewolf. So Harker tries to do all he can to get Ian to finally join. And then on one full moon night, Ian goes out and about doing what wolfmen, werewolves do, whatever you want to call them. And Harker, being the kind gentleman that he is, decides to capture Ian and try to put him in a sideshow, and then tries to convince Ian shortly afterwards that Elizabeth had passed away, in which Ian later on finds out Elizabeth was still very well alive. So eventually the townsfolk tried to go up against Ian because Harker has them all convinced that Ian's really a bad dude. When some unfortunate incidents happen, that's the right word for it, I think. So pretty much what happens is that the townsfolk don't want to side with Harker, and Harker reveals that he is really, I want to say a vampire, but he kind of looks like a cross between a gargoyle and Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Anyway, Ian and Harker fight it out, and Harker is defeated by sunlight. Next day, Ian leaves town, and that's pretty much about it. So, why did this movie suck? Oh, trust me, we haven't gotten to the real bad Howling movie. That's coming soon. I promise. I have to do that one for you guys. But this one, I will admit, some of the makeup effects for the movie was pretty decent. But the makeup effects for Ian the werewolf was pretty bad, and when you see Harker as a vampire, again, it looks so silly and ridiculous. I could swear they probably spent more money on the vampire makeup for Harker than they did probably this entire movie. It seems to have a lot of cliches in it. You know, again, we don't like your kind coming around here and all that other nonsense, so, yeah. And I think I've said this in previous Howling movie reviews. This series really started going downhill after the first one. I mean, the first one is considered a classic. The second one is so bat snot crazy you can't figure out what it's really supposed to be. The third one has Australian werewolves and werewolf nuns. Part 4 was supposed to be sort of a prequel, but didn't seem like it and didn't answer really any questions. Part 5 had a predictable werewolf reveal. This one had a werewolf and a vampire that didn't sparkle. You knew I was going to go there. You knew I was going to say it. And yeah, neither one of them really quite fought over the main love interest in this movie. So, yeah. But like I said, the worst is yet to come. But this movie, I don't know. It's like just everything about it. Most of the makeup effects were pretty bad. Like I said, cliches all over the place. Not a great sequel. But there you guys have it. A review of Howling 6, The Freaks. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments below about what you think about it. Do you think this might have been the worst one? Well, let me know. And, of course, if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. If you got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that made you so freaking mad that you watched it, and you wish you had the freaking time back that you watched it to go do something else, send it my way, and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong, and rock on.